Can't have red alert. Red alert should be in Shimla somewhere. Unfortunately, they had very big heavy rainfall there. Kashmir was the same thing. Hare Krishna. Not to mean that way, but okay. All right, Hare Krishna. So Sanjeev Prabhu has asked me to clarify a few points. Before we start text, see the need to do independent research on these topics of initiation and guru background. Okay, there are a lot of fall downs, and internet is full of mixed information. So I think our relevance would be on what text number 1 is. That is what our relevance is. Where we discussed about just what I asked about. Who can have disciples all over the world. Text 1, Vachavegam Manasakrovegam, one who controls this. So I would like to stick to that point for now. So other points about anything else like Diksha initiation, you have not covered those points still. So you'll be covering it in, I think, text number 5, 4, 5, and further ahead. So I think you'll be jumping the gun, Sanjay Prabhu. I think it's not very relevant, the second point, on this here. Are you able to hear us?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. I heard that.
Because
yes,
otherwise,
we're covering in text 5. Yes, Prabhuji. It's a little bit ahead, I think. Yes.
You're quite a bit ahead. Otherwise, it is a case like, because I'm very particular about this, It's like giving medicine, all the medicines together, It'll create difficulty in digestion, Even I gave information to you people in the leaders group after such a long time, So I think let them study those verses. Before that, there are verses about how to behave, what are the changes taking place in us, and then the big topics. It's not a very, but you raise the point, I'll cover it, but I think it is jumping the gun, We should not be very overly enthusiastic about it,
Yes, bro. Thank you.
Okay, so I think this is our policy, So we give all information and we make people independently thoughtful, and you can decide on things. So, like what we discussed last week, do you have any questions on what we discussed last week before we do any further? Before I speak on this subject. Because I'm sure for IDP people, devotees, it will be a bit different for you. Okay, so there's no questions there. All right. So the need for independent research, something which has helped me. What I wanted to share, was Sanjay Prabhu is asking this question, is this that whatever we share is something which has already happened. Not that there are rumors or could have happened or not happened or any of these things. There is a lot things which is yet to be proved, which we have information, but we don't share this. Everything what we say is what has been documented and proved. And the info also we had beforehand for many years. So while we study our philosophy, it is very important to safeguard our bhakti. So not small things should distract us from our bhakti. Because bhakti cannot be checked by anyone, except we can check our own progress. Others cannot check our progress. Like for example, yes, your guru can tell you who's teaching you. This devotee is not as per standard, he or she has to do this, do that. That because they see you every time, teach you, they're with you. But generally speaking, even then, any outsider doesn't have the right to say, oh, he is qualified, he's not qualified. Okay, that's fine. You don't require certificate from people for your bhakti. You know whether what bhakti we are doing or not. Yeah. So to safeguard our own bhakti, it becomes imperative that it has to be safeguarded. Yeah, safeguard. So your Shiksha gurus, they take extra pains to teach you and make sure you're protected for some time. And not everything is rose garden. Even in rose garden, there are thorns. So we have to be a little bit careful. Now, the biggest thing which has helped me personally is my own independent research. Because everybody has their own reasons why they say things. You understand what I'm trying to say? If somebody comes and says hello to you, there's a reason why they say hello. I always say this to you. Somebody doesn't look at you, doesn't say hello, there's a reason why they say don't say hello. So it becomes a very complicated situation. And the world is full of complicated situations. It's full of modes. So to remain transcendental to the modes is very critical. So for our own safeguardness, we have to do our own research. And that is the reason why we have kept things very simple. Plus Shiksha only, but Bhagavad Gita. So things are open for you. You can do whatever you want to do. Yeah, today you will not realize these things. But in the future you will realize it. Oh, they did very good. They kept things open for us. So there's no prad anywhere. It's very, very clever, very, very thoughtful, very mindful. In our service attitude, we are doing this. We are nobody. See? So you must spend time in doing your own research because I may be telling lies also. How can you say I'm not telling lies to you? How do you know that I have not twisted information to suit my means for you? You do not know. I'm telling you, you should not keep faith on anybody, including me. You may call me your Shiksha, I want to give Shiksha, all this. That's fine, all good. But I'm still telling you, as an instruction, don't keep faith. You keep faith in what knowledge I've got, the source of knowledge. And then you study and you think about it and apply on your life and see the change. You see? That's why we make you study. What we study, you study. Read this words, read from here. What do you mean? What do you not mean? What do you understand? You get the point? All of you understand this point? So please, you must be very, very mindful of these things. And as you are mindful of these things, then you'll not be cheated. Then you'll become like tiger, lion. You can walk alone. Otherwise, you cannot walk alone. You cannot walk alone. So, so this is the reason why independent research is very, very important. So you will know, oh, Ambrish is not cheating me, or is cheating me, or this person is not cheating me. They're cheating. Now, people who brought you to Krishna consciousness are themselves saying that don't trust me, trust your own instincts. Then why do you believe in somebody else who say, I'll trust you, trust me? Yeah. So that transparency is needed because every soul has a direct relationship with Krishna. No intermediary. Of course, there's intermediary who can support and give knowledge. Now, you'll be surprised to know, that for every of these organizations, there are big, big books been written, best-selling books in mainstream media. They are best-selling books, thousands of copies. So you can read as you want to, about this. And remember this, you will not be, if you think that I will not read, then you will be following the crowd. And when you follow the crowd, then you do not know where the crowd is heading. Correct? Because generally one person goes, second person goes, third person goes, everybody is going. Why are they going? They do not know. They show it in. So if somebody is walking, fall down, put his head down, they think, "Oh, there's the temple here. So everybody's falling down the same place, without thinking. You go to Vrindavan, it happens. This me also. You're going there and you're bowing down to one place, everybody's bowing down, looking at you. Same place. Yeah, without thinking. What are you thinking at? Yeah. So all our everything, we are in preaching business. So preaching is very, very dangerous, very difficult business. First, we have to serve our guru, the whole parampara, by teaching the correct knowledge, make people come to correct knowledge, and then give this information which is very difficult to digest. It's very painful. Yeah. So it's very hard for us. So my only request to all of you is this, that do not trust us also. Do not trust me. But you can trust your own instincts. Krishna has given you intelligence. Who am I to say you're not an intelligent person? And who are you to say I'm not an intelligent person? No. Krishna has given us intelligence. And today Kali Yuga is progressing very heavily. And what were rumors there is a reality today. Even today, I know about information which is proved now. It's highly obnoxious. Just today, yesterday only information came out, letters came out. And if you meet these big people, personalities in Vrindavan or Mayapur, you'll fall down at his feet. Yeah, so they're having this thing with small children. My God. And the same followers or the same personality, guru, whatever it is, when they are challenging the guru, you're doing something wrong, then he is demeaning them and demonizing them themselves in the letter. And so the others who know about this, they said, no, this is wrong. The poor disciple is not he's been demonized for wrong reason. Is this person's fault, the big personality. Just happened. Yes, 27th, the letter came out. I saw it today. So everything is very much available now. So use your intelligence and follow that. That's why we are by Shiksha, by Bhagavad Vidhi. Everything is given, everything we mention. Okay. So this is the point which I should tell you, that you must do your own research. Now, any person who tells you, don't go on the internet, don't go do research, they were something to hide. And they do it. I'm telling you, that's what they tell the followers and disciples. Uh, don't go on the internet. Why, man? My guru told me to go on the internet and do research. So I'm telling you, why should you should know? You should know. There's nothing to hide. You should know. Not in the beginners program. Beginners is a bit difficult. Even now also is a bit difficult. But I wanted to share last week what we discussed today, so that you should know that we are not lying. And if you've got further questions on it, best. I'll be most pleased. I like when people are doing their own research to their own things and then asking questions rather than me relying upon things. Otherwise, I give you information without being questioned, so you do not know the reasons behind it. You'll never understand why this is why it's been spoken, what is the context of it. Yeah. So that is a point. I wanted to just respond to Sanjay Prabhu's question. Doing the research, because that's what I said before. We must do our own research. And we are there. If you have questions to ask also. Yeah, simple as that. Simple as that. And all this is recorded as well, so we cannot show. Showing live and recorded too. And you be the same way transparent. Do not start to preach without qualified. Although I say that you must preach. You require authority. I'm giving you authority to preach. from higher authority. No problem. You're preaching on behalf. Preaching on behalf. I'm preaching on behalf of my guru who instructed me. So I'm giving you preach because it says for Siksha, you're following the guru. So following me, please preach. But be qualified in preaching, not unqualified. And be transparent. This transparency is very important, please. Please. Kalyuga, the more transparent you are, the more happy you are. You know, less people following you, but you are not interested in this. You're not going to go back to Godhead by the number of people following you. Remember this. You're going to Godhead only by your bhakti. That's it. Okay? That's what I wanted to say, nothing else. Second point, yes, the question is this, yeah, by surrender, shelter, of course, you're under shelter. Otherwise, what is Avinash Prabhu doing every week? Multiple times. What am I doing every week? Not giving shelter. You feel, I will ask you a question, do you feel sheltered? Yes, that's it. Full stop. More of this will answer after we come to that verse, this text. It's a question which has been asked at a long time. Medicine has to be given at that time when a disease comes, not before that. When you're hale and hearty, don't disturb. Only so much information, you know. Yes, yes. That's why when you're with us, when you go, we say don't do this, go there. So must keep your eyes open. Why did he say not go there? The reason behind it. What is this? Okay, I remember now. Next time. So when you go on your own, you say, okay, let me just follow this, not go, or ask the question, what happened, why it happened. Right now, you may not understand. We can understand because people ask us also donation, give us donation here. So we can ask 50 questions. You may not be able to ask those questions. Even big people ask, big temples ask. So I ask them, why do you want my money? I want to this, I want that, I want that. You know, because they don't understand we are not some yesterday's people. We have been doing it for many years. You know, they're asking for honesty, without any prejudice. Yeah. So yeah, simple as that. Anything you want to share? Otherwise, we'll complete the discussion now.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much,
Very
Amrish.
well. What are you saying? Something? Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, but just a little bit louder, Mother. Yes, Mother. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you, Amrish Prabhuji. Her Grace Purna Pragya Mataji and His Grace Krishna Samapan Krishnadas Prabhuji for having these classes. And thank you, Shridhar Prabhuji and Sanjeev Prabhuji for tutoring us and being our Shiksha Gurus. I just had one question, Prabhuji, that you've always emphasized on doing independent research. But there is also this foundation of, not foundation, but like there are certain things that are beyond my understanding simply. And so at like at our level, at my level, how do we do research? Does it simply mean to read on our own Prabhupada's books, or does it mean something more than that? Like I just
Yeah.
want.
Prabhupada's books we are studying,
Yes.
that is for our guidance. We teach you how to study. I'm talking about to see whether those people who are supposed to study and calling themselves as big people, are they following what has been studied? That is what it is, nothing else. So I make you study and say, are they following? Okay, very good. Not following, no problem. Up to that, no problem. But you know what is what. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. So we are not asking, our study should go on. This is extra for our own safety. Then are these people who are claiming to be, are they actually following or they're not following? Then why are they saying doing like this? Like if you call yourself, we have a big farm. If there is no farming going on, what are you calling it as farm? Is it not so? If cow protection, there's no cow protection going on. Why are you calling it cow protection? So you're doing prasad distribution, but you're not distributing. You're selling prasadam. There's no distribution. See, this is Kali Yuga is full of hypocrisy. So we do not criticize anybody. This is how we use intelligence. This is not distribution. You have to pay and get. Yeah, it's okay. Of course, they also have to maintain their kitchen and this. I understand that, fine, but still, it's not distribution in its true sense. It's not farming in its true sense. It's not competition in its true sense. You are using cow for making money and all those things. So that's different. Of course, you require that also, but then you cannot. You see these points. But you'll be stand. One thing is important. You'll stand alone in this because people do not think. They don't want to independently think. They don't want to burn the midnight oil. Today you may think, no, 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 we should do it. Try it. I'm telling you, it's very hard. Just to read our own Prabhupada's books are so hard. But then it is very important to understand. Even this point to say that those who claim to read, are they following the books or not? That's why when we meet, you see how our standards are. We take extra precaution to make sure our standards. So you understand this is the standard. So others of us claiming, is that the standard they're doing? No, then something is wrong. That's why we do this. Slowly you understand there's a method in everything that we do. Everything is small is taken care of. These are the reasons. And always when you're doing research for these situations, there are very bad things. You'll go to dark places. People have done dark things, wrong things. If it is disturbing, just verify this has happened. Is this correct? With your seniors, with your leaders, with your shikshas, who's giving Shaguri. Is this correct? What is this? How it is? Because not all information is good, correct information. That is also true. But how do you know if you do not find research on your own? Now I would know whom to trust, whom not to trust, what is the truth, what is not truth, what is this, what is that. I verified, asked questions, probing questions. You said this here, you said that. What is this? What is that? Yeah, yeah. And today they're still alive, some of the people. So you can ask and verify these points with them. Yeah. Is that okay? Anything else anyone wants to say? See, this I would not. Once this is the time, so you should ask any probing questions now. If you just keep quiet, your exam is done, then don't ask anything more. You just want to make sure that you are doing things correctly. That's it. The short answer is do your own research. So study scriptures as we teach you, and then you research with the organization who are implementing it. Are they implementing correctly or not? What is going on? Any organization, for that matter. Even Hare Krishna WECAN you should know. It is right or wrong. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Very well.
I had one question, Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
First of all, thank you, Amrish Prabhuji, and thank you,
Yeah.
I guess, Purnapalna Mataji and Krishna Sahib and Krishna Prabhuji. And thank you, Sanjeev Prabhuji and Shita Prabhuji for training. The question I have, Prabhuji, is that we were talking about organization, right? So in India, particularly, like the common people have this conception about ISKCON and all the organization that all these bad things have happened. So people are very cautious about it. So, and like my question is that if someone falls down, so and if he really wants to come back, so what does what's his duty to do? Like if someone falls down and he thinks the point that I understand is that he should not be in a top position, or like we were talking about last week about that uh, um, a pure devotee should not be under the control of lower management. So if a person falls down, should he voluntarily leave that position that he is in?
Okay. You tell me, should he voluntarily leave or not to leave? Or still pose himself to be a big, big guru?
I think he should leave. Prabhuji.
But he still poses to be a big guru. What will do to him? What do you think of the person? Don't answer the question. Answer yourself. As per Shastra, there is also something where the Vaishnavas, the authorities, they come together, and they sort out and, the challenges the devotee has. So that is correct. That thing happens, but implementing it is another point. I was part of one of the committee also like this. Because they were all wanting to ban somebody. I said, the banning is not right. He was not some big personality, but anyway, so we've gone through these things. Nothing new. So devotees can come together, Vaishnavas, they answer the questions and those things. But it's very important that those in a position of authority should not do such things. So that means they are unnecessary, they're calling themselves to be big, but they are not. Like I may fall down tomorrow. What am I? I'm just teaching you. Your bhakti doesn't stop. You may feel, but you say he's not never claimed himself to be a pure devotee. There is not an excuse for me not to do this, for me to do these things. What I'm saying is, it's not an excuse, but still, we are not hypocrites. You cannot go back to Godhead by being hypocrite. Yeah? Does it answer your question?
Yes, we are. Thank you.
Good. Hare Krishna. Okay. Anyone else wants to say anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, brother. Hare Bol.
Two questions to ask. Thank you, Prabhuji, for taking the classes. Thank you, His Grace Purna Mataji. Thank you, His Grace Krishna Sanpan Krishna Prabhuji, for organizing such classes.
Thank you for engaging us, all of you. Hare Krishna. Yes. It's for our engagement. Yes, please.
Thank you, His Grace Sheetal Prabhuji, Her Grace Namrat Mataji, His Grace Sanjeev Prabhuji, Her Grace Dolly Mataji, for training us. Thank you, devotees, for asking the questions. Prabhuji, I have one question. I was thinking this question since a week. There was.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah. Most of the times it happens like when we go to temple also. There we have found that devotees they try to preach us, like they try to ask us questions. Like I went to the temple, and it was not ISKCON temple, but it was.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Don't need to say where you went. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
That's
it was other temple, and they were asking me
Yeah.
about like why you are chanting and what all things you are doing it. But most of the times I can see like we don't when we start following the when we started following Krishna consciousness, we are in one of the path. We don't try to go here and there, but then as you mentioned that we need to also do research by our own. But when we go and see all these things in material world, and we try to go and try to research also, there are a lot of things in as Sanjeev Prabhu has also mentioned, a lot of things to see in the internet. But when I asked you the question, like uh, in Vrindavan also, like I started downloading Maharaj's app, and then you mentioned that you need to follow us. Like if you are following one thing, then you should follow only one thing.
Yeah.
But then how
Yeah.
we can go and research the things? Because if we go to
Yeah,
temple,
no problem. This is a good question. That is not about knowledge. I'm talking about wrong things happening. Source of knowledge should be one. Philosophical knowledge should be one. But this is about those who are hypocrites and calling themselves as big people, but they are not. So without knowing this, how will you follow them? I've seen so many people who they just go Indians, they fall down at their feet, and we say, this man's feet. They do not know. They say, oh, sadhu is come and fall down. I'm talking about those points, nothing else. Philosophically, you should be focused upon where you get the knowledge from. Because again, that knowledge is given in a systematic way. So here, if you follow us, we're giving you first book, second book, third book, fourth book. But others may not be doing that. They give you all information from everywhere. That today's class will be doing Bhagavatam is I've chosen a topic which is important to me for my benefit, which is a very deep topic. and how to decide, okay, let's do it for everybody. But how would you know it's not, there's a gaps in your knowledge. So how will you know what you're studying is, that's why, nothing else. Once you go through the process, then you can do whatever. That's fine. You understand this point?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So right now you're acquiring knowledge. So I spoke about acquiring knowledge, nothing else. This is research for the organization or hypocrisy which is going on everywhere. Church, mosque, in temples, or whatever it is. Otherwise, how will you blindly you're preaching? How will you preach then? People say this is wrong. You should know what is wrong, what went wrong, or what went right. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, Prabhuji, but it is very difficult sometimes to find out, like when we go to other temples also, it is very difficult to find out who is, they are following the same things they are doing, but the knowledge is different. But other things we are not able to judge them. But most of the times it says we can't judge Vaishnav. It is very difficult to understand these things. We should not, it is Vaishnav Aparad or
No, Vaishnava Aparad is blaspheming somebody. But calling a chore is not a Vaishnava Aparad. There is foolishness if you don't say anything. That is why people are being cheated by everybody else. Because nobody is saying Vaishnava. But what Vaishnava? Man, this boy is child molester. How can you say he's a Vaishnava? Child molester should be in jail, not outside. You'll keep quiet about it because your child being molested by somebody. You'll keep quiet as Vaishnava Aparad. Or anything else. I'll just give one example. Anything else, So don't confuse these two issues. That's why philosophical understanding is very important. And this is implementing it. But we don't fight with anybody. We know everything. What, how, where, what, everything we know. We don't fight with anybody. You saw me. That's why we come and meet you guys. We took you to this place, that place. In one temple we went, they said no. We said, okay, no problem. We went out and did our kirtan. We said, not so. Others said they gave money. We said, no, it's okay. We went out, we did our kirtan. We still gave, but went our way. This is our way. You must learn, observe. And you may think that this is not good enough. Ambrish is not, these are not teaching very good. No problem. You can follow your own. But as long as you can understand, oh, this is how it is done. Oh, this is how it is, what is done. So we don't fight. We just move on. You see? Nowhere we did anything wrong. Then they themselves called us afterwards. They said, oh, no, girl, this mistake we have made. These people are not like this. I said, no problem. We just moved away. Fine. Is that okay?
yes, Prabhuji.
Second question.
My second question is regarding mindfulness. This question was, we had a session, like I went to a business trip and there we had a session regarding mindfulness. And they were asking about, what do you think about mindfulness? And my question is that being aware of the external factors, like you should be aware if you're eating, you should be aware that what exactly you're eating. You don't have to think anything else being in a present, you should be in present situation. You don't have to. And now the point which you have mentioned, like Proji, about mindfulness, you should be mindful about your thoughts as well. And so I was thinking, how can I relate this mindfulness with the current situation which I am in? Because most of the times I am not aware of exactly what I am doing, but I am aware about what I am following. I am following. I am aware of, like, I need to follow this. I need to get up early in the morning. I need to do Manglarti. These are the things, but I don't know if it is more than this mindfulness, because it is very. Like you mentioned about this topic, but I don't think I am not convinced about mindfulness can be more than this. Being more about.
You're asking about mindfulness as a topic, separate topic to what we're discussing today, right now.
Yes. How can we
It's
follow?
a different subject matter. Okay, you're talking about something. Okay, all right. So what is the specific question then?
My question is, only we need to be aware of our thoughts. Mindfulness is only about
No, you should be mindful about everything what you do. Only then it's called mindfulness. What is mind?
Mind is, I just know it's Krishna's energy. That's
So ask this question to those people who tell you, mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Ask them, what is mind? What is mind? Ask this question.
yes.
Then you understand what I'm trying to say. Mindfulness is everything. A Vaishnava is a very important personality. A Vaishnava is mindful about everything that he does because he knows that he is living in this world which is completely, material, which is where it's very difficult to live. It's like a lotus flower. It is born in a very bad place, gutter, but the flower is clean, a filthy place. So this world is full of filth. So Vaishnava is that flower lotus. And why is he? Because Krishna, he loves Krishna and Krishna likes Vaishnava. That is mindfulness, to live like a lotus flower in the filth. So we ask you to do research. The first point I was talking about, let's connect this to. That doesn't mean you become filthy. Is that you should realize that, okay, this is going on, so we don't get disturbed and nobody can cheat us. Otherwise, you're doing very nicely and you'll be distracted somewhere else. That's the only reason why, nothing else. So we remain lotus nicely. I don't know. Anything more I cannot explain further. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. I can relate how materially they explained us, and now I can understand more far better than what they have explained.
Yeah, because they're asking for making money. They're asking making your mind mindful so that you are not distracted and you will make money. That is their selfishness. That is also filth. They're living in that filth. They're selling you something for their own personal benefit, not for your benefit. And full people think, oh, such a nice meditation, very good meditation. What meditation? They don't even know what they're talking about. Ask mind, what is mind? They do not know what is mind. And what answer they give me, tell me. I'll give you another definition of mind. No, another. I know everything. I'm just telling you this is what it is. What my study has come. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Very, very good. Anyone else want to say anything before we conclude today?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Srishti Mataji and Pradyum Prabhu, for your questions as well. I also had a question somewhat similar to what Srishti Mataji said, and for a long time I've been thinking about it because I don't know if it's I don't know how to appropriately ask this question, but like for somebody who's been who's tutored by somebody, for example, and it's very difficult because your source of knowledge is that person, right? Just any random
Yes.
person. Your source of
Yes.
knowledge is that person. And I've not yet had the chance to listen to the entire lecture. I listened to just one half of it. But like I remember you mentioned this point that there's a difference between perfection and purity. So the person may be saying the perfect thing, but may not be able to follow it properly yet. So how do you differentiate between like somebody who's telling you the right thing, but may not be able to follow it himself perfectly, but the
Yes.
knowledge that they're giving is perfect?
Yes. Yes.
So, but is that possible? Is my question that
Yes. 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 Why not? Why not? That is what we are preaching, no, mother.
yes, Prabhuji.
See, when we're preaching, how do we do? Again, we've taught you these things, but because you asked the question, you'll be able to understand this better now. I've told this 1,000 times to say that what we read, we make you read. And the same thing when we teach you, you say this is very good, makes sense. Correct? So you say, okay, what made sense to you? The same thing made sense to me. So I read from this book. Open this book, look at these words, these words. So that is called knowledge gained from perfect source. So I may not be perfect, but the knowledge written is perfectly written. by perfect source. So I'm repeating the knowledge. So there is perfection. And my purity is only that I'm making very honest endeavor to say, listen, I read from this, you also read from this book. You understand this? I understand it like this. It makes sense to you? Yeah, understand. That's correct. Understanding is correct. That's it. Just my purity. But doing this, I'll become pure also, because I'm teaching this purity all the time. So Prabhupada, perfection. I'm not perfection. Guru Maharaj, perfection, studying Prabhupada's books. I'm not perfection. But I'm honestly to say this is what it is. Hey, change my life. It helps you change your life, no problem. And we don't charge you anything. You will be cut off when we say no. This is the only thing. This is only truth. The other thing is not true. This is all false. We don't say those things. Say no. You do. Find out. No problem. For as long as you're doing this here, follow this way. This is how it is. This is my source of knowledge. You can take it to anybody. So you can say, listen, this book, this written, this verse, here it is. This is my source of knowledge. This is very good. This is how teaching is done. This is parampara. This is how guruship happens. Is that okay?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Yes, I understand now. Yes, I have one more question. Sorry, I don't know if we're running out of time.
No,
Just
please.
that you know that for me, like Hare Krishna WECAN has been the only source of knowledge, and that's the only exposure that I have to Krishna consciousness in its entirety.
Yeah.
I have not visited any temples or been exposed to any other groups or anything, and I feel protected in that way. But it's also that should I in my research should I not expose myself philosophically, but it's a bit scary as an idea to get to know what is happening on other organizations as well.
No, you don't have to go and join organization. You read books about that. That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
I mean, if you want to, you can join and learn your firsthand. But if not, there are books written about this. I'm talking about that, not that you go and join some organization XYZ and learn for a few years and then come back and say that is bad, that is wrong. No, 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 no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying study that. You read books. Read about things written. Not, no, I'm saying don't not just be blinded about that information. Information is there. Read it. Understand it. You know better. That's what I'm saying. Nothing else.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I think this information also which we are giving you, sharing with all of you, is that you have not asked this question. So you're not able to grasp the subject, what I'm trying to say. I can see that, in both the methods. What I'm trying to say is this, you don't have to go and join an organization, but just read about it online. Oh, this person is so great, person, big guru, find out about it. Do some research, you'll know. Online, you'll know. Now, again, there are wrong things, right things, somebody's written false also. Then verify with us. Verify with your Shiksha Gurus. They'll tell you. But if you do not know, you say, this person he must be very important person, very, very good person, very, very nice, very, very nice. I'll first fall down. That is foolishness. Kali Yuga is very ghor. Now, in your research, you may find out he's suddenly a very nice person. Oh, very good. Please do. But you must decide this. Others should not decide for you. That's what I'm telling you, nothing else. Including us, we are in scrutiny. See, again, because you did not ask the question, you did not think about this, that what is this question you should be asking. We have told you this. So it's very, you're very honestly trying to find out what we're trying to say and trying to figure out how it is done. But the question, what we're raising is this, that you don't have to, you study there is research being done on them already. Books been written about the investigation been done on this person, the past history of this person, what are they? So you understand this. It's all online now. And then to get confused and verify. Is this correct? What I read about it, correct, wrong? No. It's wrong, it's correct. We may not know many times. So hold on, pause. I do not know to find a bit more about this, But don't form a judgment. We don't fight with anybody. What will happen is this will give you the power of discrimination. That is what I'm trying to talk about. All we are telling you is what has helped me. Power to discriminate from right from wrong. Otherwise, you are sheep. You can be lion only when you're able to clear cut. I know the truth. I know what you're saying. All glories to you, but don't ask me to follow you. Yeah. I used to say these words. This is the point. These are the things. Is that okay?
Yes,
And we are saying, don't need to follow Hare Krishna weekend too exclusively. You must. Why do you follow? You must read Prabhupada's books. Everything is about Prabhupada's books. And then you see, are they teaching the same or not? If it is not, then they are not. Simple. Everything is there, black and white. And this recording is done so that future generation will do the same thing to say, oh, let me understand. That's right. What does it mean? Read Prabhupada's books. And you're not exposed to some of the very other teachings of Prabhupada, which is very difficult to digest. He'll expose when we meet personally in our camps, we'll show that at the time. We're not ready for that. So one part is the philosophy, which is written in the philosophical books. Second is the personal talks, room to conversations, morning walks. These are different points altogether. It's a different, but very different understanding in philosophy. That's why I say Prabhupada said you should be self-sufficient for farming. But you can't have a big farm and not be self-sufficient. They call it farm. You don't do farm, but you call it farm. This is hypocrisy. And everybody's sitting, keeping quiet. Shh, don't speak, don't speak. I'm the only one speaking. That's why I'm speaking alone. And I said, all right, I got Mother Association. Thank you very much. Don't ask me to be hypocrite. You see? Simple as that. Is it okay? Everybody understand this? That's why I'm not taking the next question now because it's not yet raised. You come to that point, then we'll raise a question. We'll discuss that point. But yeah, everybody, if you feel sheltered, you're sheltered. Nobody can tell you. I'm giving you fair shelter. Do you feel sheltered or not? Oh, I feel sheltered. No. You feel sheltered or not? Yes, I feel sheltered. That's it. Full stop. If not, I don't feel sheltered. Okay, fine. You don't feel sheltered. You have a choice. Yeah. Because Krishna told Arjuna the whole Bhagavad Gita. At the end, what did he say? I've discussed this verse with you many times. Now I've told you everything. Now you can do whatever you want to do. So we just say the same thing. Have we told anything? No, you must do what we tell you to do. Otherwise, you can do whatever you want to do. You're free. That's why we say Siksha line, Bhagavad Gita. So you're free. No problem. No formal obligations. You don't understand this. Wait for some more time and you study a bit more and you understand how much. Second time I'm saying this to you today, all of you. How much you have thought about this and kept you open for all of you. ढूंढने से भी नहीं मिलेंगे ऐसे लोग और आपको वैसे बनाना है हमें. You also have to become like this. Search, you will not find this kind of people. And you'll know them when they are not around. You'll be very fortunate when they're around and you experience this. I don't want to lose them. Then you're very fortunate, very clever. Otherwise, you say, oh man, that person was right, man. That demon was right. All throughout, he was right. He was the only one who spoke the truth. But you think about it. You must decide. Nobody else to decide for you. Krishna has given you the brain, or he told you you have one brain, but we'll give you another brain to somewhere else. You can use that brain also. Did he say like this? You must use my brain. Krishna said this way. You must use my brain. He said your brain, no? And your brain is your adhikar. As per your past karma, you have got thinking capacity. Your modes are affecting you. You decide. It's another thing nowadays. You got another brain memory kept somewhere outside also, memory disk. But still, decision is yours to keep memory outside. That memory will not help you. All we are saying is this: use your memory, use your intelligence, nothing else. Okay, is that all right? Anything else anyone wants to say before we conclude today? This time will not come again. So now's the time.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, His Grace Amrish Prabhuji, Hare Grace Purna Pragya Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samarpan Krishna Prabhuji for organizing these classes and
This is for our benefit.
tutoring us. Prabhuji, I had a similar kind of question in this topic. Like, we supposed as we are taught to be preachers, but at points we won't have that engraved like qualities of preacher. But if someone wants to be a preacher, is it necessary to know all these things, that what's going on in the world, right and wrong? Because
World is different. Yeah. World is, you will understand this world also. Sorry, please conclude your question. I'm sorry, I jumped it.
yes, Suji,
Excuse
this
me.
as we are also discussing this, organizations are behaving at certain ways. In Kali Yuga is what is the right path, because even if we are going to preach our family members, so we need to keep them aware. They are prone to, like, our fathers and mothers, they are prone to go on something which is visually very attractive, or they hear something which is very attractive. So to make them understand, so these things are necessary, or we should just keep it to ourselves, like, not debating, because sometimes it gets ugly also. So these things की हम अपना खुद का बचाव करके then आप देखो अपना,
Yes.
and I'm
Yeah.
progressing in bhakti.
Krishna has given intelligence, Krishna has given intelligence. Krishna will decide, Just surrender it to him. He'll tell you. He'll show you what is important, what is right. You are given intelligence by Krishna. And he says, I'm the intelligence of the intelligent person. So why ask others? Why do you worry about others? Why worry about me? But yeah, for preaching, if you do not know the answers, they say that you don't know what are you preaching, man. Is it not so?
Yes.
If you ask me a question, I may say, okay, I do not know about this. I'll come back to you. And then if you answer, it's fine. But if you do not know and you're saying, I say, what are you jumping up and down? You do not know this. Yes, sir.
So, sometimes it makes me think that preaching is scary business also.
Oh, it is very scary. This is only simple, but if you do something wrong, it's very difficult. Preaching is very dangerous. It's a big shortcut, very big engagement. We'll talk about this in my class by the Sukulas Mercy of Guru Maharaj. It's a very different subject, very difficult subject, which I have to just be my point. But is this your question answered?
Yes, Prabhuji. Also, I have one more question, that regarding Prabhupada's books. Like, nowadays, even I have also got some online. These were the articles that even books are being changed. The content is being changed and diluted or manipulated. Uh, Prabhupada's books by certain organizations. They are interpreting it in different ways and presenting in different ways. So they have this ownership. Basically, they have all the right copies. So how the future generation, or how we gonna sustain that key? Uh, if it is written, even philosophically, what we are reading is coming from right source. It was actually said by Prabhupada, because nowadays these are being also diluted.
Correct. Yes,
Something not said by Prabhupada is also written that it was said by Prabhupada.
yes, that's right. Very much prevalent. So this question which is in your mind is there in devotees' minds also. You all are thinking, what do we do future generation? Why do you think we are recording these conversations? So future generations. This is the reason why. Because then tomorrow nobody can say, but it was said like this. If the program continues, if it stops, it stops. But continues and so say, but Amrish Prabhu must have said that, must have meant that. No, you read, you listen to the class, you understand what is going on. And I've been more explicit about things, clear cut. Yeah. So there are organizations been set up for those reasons. There are devotees doing things. But it's a good question. We can raise this, we can keep talking about this. There are answers to this. It's a very vast topic. It's a good question you have got. It's a good worry you have got.
And again, Prabhuji, I sometimes think ki I'm reading something. We do scrutinizing study. We are told to read certain things. Then there had been not now, but before there were points that I thought ki is it correct content? Even at very starting when we were reading Bhagavad Gita as it is. So we have got different Bhagavad Gitas as well, that Gorakhpur Bhagavad Gita, So these things comes ki is it right interpretation? We try to refer different Bhagavad Gitas and check ki okay which one looks right. So isn't it also blasphemy that we are overpassing our gurus or philosophical tutors?
No, so for that reason, it is very important to understand whether this philosophy is personalist philosophy or impersonalist philosophy. That's a main point. And even personalist philosophy, there are many different interpretations of it. And impersonalism also, there are many interpretations of it. So we are very personalist, but we are personalists from the Madhva, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. The other personalists who are not Madhva, but somebody else. Shri Sampradaya. They have got other understanding. But broad base, it's one, Krishna is supreme. Impersonalism have got different. We'll discuss all these things today now. That's a good point. It'll be answered over a period of time. And you must be raising this point. I studied, I have done a lot of research to say that when Prabhupada writes that the whole world was following the Vedic Dharma, I stopped my studies of everything. So I'll do my research to understand where's the proof that the whole world was following Vedic Dharma. I'm telling you, I'm very hard not to crack. You guys are nothing against me. So I've done my research. I've gone and done research on this to say whether it is being followed or not. Where is it written? By my research. I can tell you. Fingertips, my research. I've written papers also on this for my own sake. Yeah. So you must do research. And then I'm following. And then I'm teaching. And then still some say, but Prabhupada written is very controversial. You have not been exposed to that. Very big controversial Prabhupada writes and things. It's not affecting me. It's affecting other devotees who have not been challenging before. But afterwards, they're starting to challenge. You see, you must do all these things beforehand. That's why we say beginners program I take. So we challenge, we debate. Yeah. Yeah. Is that okay? Good. I think I'll have to speak for next 2 hours. It's 6:04 already. We're 4 minutes over. So I need to really take a 5 minutes, 7 minutes break and come back to you. Okay. So we'll be back in 5, 7 minutes. Thank you. Jai Shila Gurudev ki Jai Jagat Guru Shila Prabhupada ki Jai.